that is unrelated to the city. So the ordinance never.
Excuse me, Miss May, this isn't a question and answer. No, excuse me.
I'm very familiar with.
Let us respond.
Yeah.
Ms. May, you don't run the city council meeting. Okay, well, please be quiet and allow our staff to respond because we're addressing factual inaccuracies. That's the only reason we're responding at all. Excuse me, you've had your 3 minutes. That's what everybody's getting. Otherwise, I have to give everybody else. Please just observe the rules, Ms. May. Miss May, please.
You've also put your lawyer after me, which you haven't done to anyone else. I feel very targeted, and I want to be a part of this public discussion.
Ms. May, you are a part of the public discussion. You were provided with 3 minutes, the same as everybody else attending. The lawyer was included not to target you, but to clarify some issues that were presented incorrectly. And the public needs to know that when they hear things, that what's opinion and what's fact, and in this case, there were some factual problems. So please have a seat, allow other people to talk. Other people have opinions. Ms. May, I'm not debating with you. Please have a seat. Okay.
I can't be a part of a city that's so closed-minded and clearly not very, demographically appropriate.
Hello?
I'm Katie May. I'm a resident in the 4th Ward. I'm here tonight not just to raise a single ethics concern, but to address a deeper pattern, one that erodes transparency and trust in how decisions are made in Lake Forest. On July 5th, I filed a formal ethics complaint about the wireless infrastructure review, specifically the presentation of Mr. Adam Parrish as an independent consultant. And Adam, nothing against you, I'm sure you're a really great guy, but I just wanted to continue with my presentation. In reality, Mr. Parrish serves on the board of Illinois State Wireless Association. It's an advocacy group that actively promotes cell tower expansion, and taken directly off the website, the first fact on their facts page, and I quote, to promote the wireless industry. That's not neutrality, that's a different industry affiliation, and it was never disclosed. Even more troubling, this presentation occurred in the same meeting packet that opens with the city's decision-making parameters, which commit to community trust, transparency, and involvement. By omitting Mr. Parrish's affiliation while labeling him independent, the city violated the very principles it claims to uphold. When I raised this concern, I was told the ethics code doesn't apply to consultants. That's true only because the city intentionally amended its ethics ordinance in 2019 to exclude third-party vendors from oversight. That leaves the public without protection when outside advisors shape policy. Lake Forest taxpayers paid nearly $25,000 to Kimley Horn for this report. Yet, unlike Lake County or other municipalities, we have no vendor disclosure process to screen for potential conflicts before awarding contracts, and that must change. To make matters worse, ethics complaints are reviewed by the PCA committee, which is made up entirely of city council members. The same officials who approved the consultant are tasked with evaluating the complaint. How can a committee investigate themselves? So tonight, I respectfully request, and most importantly, a formal public disclosure of Mr. Parrish's affiliation and his recusal from further involvement, his entire report thrown out, and to hire a truly independent person. To be clear, I am not here to stop technology or progress. I am here to ask that it be guided by a truly unbiased and transparent process. And I also wanted to point out that Kathy, on your notes, has that that the ILSWA is an organization that promotes public policy, but there is no language on their website that suggests that. In fact, what the language suggests on their website is it's a nonprofit professional association built to give the Illinois wireless industry a unified local identity. Its mission is to promote the wireless industry and raise awareness of its importance in Illinois, to work to influence government on behalf of wireless carriers, towers companies, site acquisition firms, law firms, contractors, engineering, and environmental companies. So please just do your own research on that. Second, a revision of the ethics code to include outside consultants and a restructured PCA committee with at least one independent non-elected community member. We want to protect what makes Lake Forest special, its charm, its beauty, and its integrity. That includes not just how the streets look, but how our city government runs. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I just sort of like to make a point. I appreciate your input. However, there's numerous things that you mentioned that I believe are factually inaccurate. Would the city manager or the city attorney like to address Ms. May's commentary, please?
So I can address a couple of the issues. First, with respect to the ethics ordinance, and I was involved in that amendment in significant amount of work that the legal committee and the city council did on amending the ethics ordinance. And the ethics ordinance never applied to vendors. In fact, ethics ordinances apply to the conduct, activities, and relationships of government officials and employees. That's true in every government entity, state, and the local governments. The intention is being that decisions made by the city are not hindered by relationships or financial interests that you have with a vendor, not the relationship that an outside vendor may have